Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. And this video is actually a like a full-on tutorial video from the short that I posted earlier this week. Surprised, I mean, I didn't expect it to be that popular, and a lot of people have asked for a tutorial on how to do these potato towers that that we use this year for planting our potatoes instead of in ground. So I'm just gonna walk you through every step of how I make them, what I use, and how I use it, and why I use it. So first things first, I prefer to use, so there's different types of fencing, or whatever material you choose to use, but I personally like the 2x4 squares the most, just because it keeps it easier when you put the straw in and the dirt. It holds it better from falling out to the sides. So this is just regular, we redid our fence lines not too long ago, and I had like a roll left over, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I cut it to about maybe 16 to 18 inches in diameter, kind of make your cylinder shaped, and then just kind of clip with an extra, with one little extra link to tie it up. All right. There you go. Okay. So now that the cylinder is pre-cut, get this out of the way. Nothing fancy to it. I just put one whole link over, and then just tie it up. Doesn't matter how, as long as it keeps it in place, just like that. All tied up and ready for the next step. The next very important step is preparing the soil. You can either use like store-bought, like garden raised bed soil, or store-bought like compost, or if you have your own compost and stuff, you could use that. I had some topsoil brought to us not too long ago, and we have horses and some cows and goats and stuff. So I just actually take horse manure and I mix it with the soil that I had brought, and that's what I use for planting. So let's go get that. All right, now the manure part is done. Got the manure. Now I'm gonna head over, throw it on the tarps, and go get some soil. So I set up little tarps, like garden tarps, to make it easier to mix the soil. Get it dumped out. Now we're gonna head on over to that pile over there and get some soil. But well, actually, this is what our garden looks like this year. And there's the towers that I was talking about. So I also had a load of wood chips delivered not too long ago, so I went ahead and added a couple of shovels into the soil, and I'm gonna mix it all together with the manure to make soil for the tower. All right, it's time to mix it all together. Now, the most exciting part. First, you start off with some straw. Ours has already been outside for a little while, so it's already kind of decomposing. which is fine. Any kind of straw really does the trick. You want to give it a decent layer to make sure the weeds from the bottom don't come through. I mean, weeds from the bottom won't come through either way because there's too much pressure from everything. Then I'll take a shovel. You can take I use the garden hoe. Dump it down just a bit. Then take your seed potato. So I'm gonna experiment with something. The first tower that I did, I put 6 potatoes in the circle. So spread it out evenly, put 6. The second one I did 5. And then this one I'm gonna do 4 for 2 reasons. I wanna experiment, see the difference in the yield. Maybe if there's more space, more yield, I don't know. This is the first time using this. And also I'm almost out of seed potatoes, so gotta save. I'll be back in just a second. With potatoes, some of them tend to be a little bit bigger, and don't be afraid to cut them into smaller pieces as long as you keep the sprouts separate. So this one, I'm gonna do 3 pieces out of it. There's 1. And then usually when you plant in ground, you want the sprouts to come up. These, I just put them kind of, it doesn't really matter because the plants itself will find their way out towards an opening on the side. So there's 1. 2, 3, and then I'll put this back on. Whew. And this one I can do. There we go. And 4. Okay. Then you want to take some of your dirt, take some of the mixture that you pre-made, and I'm just sprinkling on top. Some of it will fall out, so if you're doing it in cleaner areas, make sure you cover that up, and just enough to cover the tops of the potatoes, which I will show you a little closer in a second. So if you take a look, I put just enough soil to cover the potatoes, and after that let's get this back set up. Here we go. And after that, you guessed it, more straw. And a lot of questions have come up in the comments and just on the short. Does the dirt dry out faster in the tower rather than in ground? I think the straw keeps it very moist. That's why I add a thicker layer of straw. So when you water it, when the rain comes down or whatever you do, the straw absorbs it and it keeps it moist for a longer period of time. So I think it does okay. And personally, I mean, we had an enormous amount of rain this year, this time of the year, compared to last year in Missouri. So it's just been chaotic. Wait, not shovel. Okay. And let's do some more potatoes. There's 2 sprouts here, so I'm just cutting straight down the middle between the 2, and that's how I'm going to use them, just like that. 1, 2. Oh, that one fell over. I do always, I mean, as much as I can, I try to put the cut side down. I don't know, it might be. like an old wassail or something, you know. But I do know for a fact, my grandma told me this a long time ago when we were planting potatoes back in Ukraine. The smaller the seed potato, the higher the yield, the better the harvest. So that's why I'm not afraid to cut them into smaller chunks and use them, you know, just like a little sprout with the cut potato. Come on, cooperate with me here. There you go. So that's what I'm just gonna go there. And then some more dirt. That way. No, that way. Ready to go. There you go. And some more straw. And another thing I forgot to mention in the beginning, with the straw, you almost want to make kind of almost like a little nest for the potatoes to sit inside of, and then the dirt won't fall out as much when you kind of make a little nest. So let's see what we could do with this one. Just two here. One, there's two. This one's not good. That one's not good. So we're just gonna finish up with that. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try to cut this one up into more than a few pieces. I'm gonna try to cut every sprout for its own place. So we'll see what that produces. So you guys are a part of an experiment with me. Okay, 3 and 4. Okay. And don't stress too much about the amount of soil that you put, because the straw decomposes. And honestly, I've seen people stick potatoes in just rotten bale of straw and then just cut it open and take out potatoes at the harvest time. So straw is like a big part here. If your soil is not too good, if you don't have good soil, if you can get good soil, I'd just recommend a good amount of straw. Some more straw. And I fill up the towers about 3/4 of the way, maybe a little bit less, like about 3/4 of the way. So the first tower I did total of 10 layers. This one I think about the same. The second one, this one's obviously going shorter because I just don't have enough potatoes to plant. I might end up getting some more, you know, maybe some more bad potatoes go bad or something, or sprout. I'll just add them along to it. Make the nest that I was talking about. There you go. Just like that. Just like that. in. This is a very good one. So take that as one. There's one. Two. And again, with this one, this potato here, I'm experimenting as well. I'm cutting pretty much every sprout by itself, and I'm gonna plant, you know, I'm gonna throw it in the ground, in the tower, and see if it yields. I mean, it's technically it should, since it's already sprouted. So we're gonna find out together. There's 3. And there's 4. And there's 4. Hey. Straw. Go. And the last bit. There's only 2. I only have 2 left, so 2 sprouts left. That. Yeah, let's get some soil on them. That, and of course top it off with some straw to keep that dirt from drying out too much, you know. Basically that's that. Like I said, it's shorter than I'd like to go. I would go probably another, you know, 3-4 links up, you know, but that's all the potatoes I have left. So yeah, I hope this helps. And like I said, this is our first time using the potato towers. First year we moved here, I planted 2 rows of potatoes in ground, and it was just a constant headache with weeds, and then a bunch of bugs came through. One of those, you know, those white, I don't know what you call them. They're like white worms, like nasty looking, thick white worms. They came through and they ate a bunch of fruit, you know, just the actual potatoes. There's different types of bugs attacking the leaves, laying eggs and stuff like that. So it was kind of a headache to deal with 2 full rows, you know, on the small farm without, you know, equipment, or, you know, we don't use pesticides or anything like that. We don't spray anything. So this is proven to be kind of an easy way to go about it, you know, with you know, potatoes just growing, weeds are not bothering them, and then we'll see how they do at the harvest time. Thank you guys for watching, and I as always, we appreciate your support. And if you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment, or you can email us just with anything, you know, generally. But yeah, thanks for watching.